you can produce healthy branches, and that'll produce healthy fruit for you guys. That's what it's about. You'll know the health of the vine by the fruit. It'll reveal it. And let me take you over to some of the other stuff. We've got some beautiful peppers. Check it. Oh man. The colors. I mean, no one does it like nature does, in my opinion. I think someone said it in our video, candy wishes that they tasted this good or it looks this good. You can't copy it. Another peach tree we've got here. And there's a number of fruit trees. I didn't show all of them. I didn't even show close to all of them. There's got to be about 15 or so in this section. And here's another peach tree that is another disease-resistant variety. That is the frost peach. A relatively common disease-resistant peach. Here we've got a different one over here. You can see this one is excelling beautifully. This is a nice section. Some trees in some locations, sometimes you just get it right. This one looks like it's going to be a quick producer for us, and it looks like it's going to be an excellent tree in the future. Happy to see that. And this variety is the Avalon Pride. One little silly thing we don't want to forget to do is loosen these up. We don't want to be suffocating that tree. These tags here. And over here we still got some tomatoes and stuff producing, and also some peppers. Look at this. Beautiful color on these peppers. These ones are a little smaller than the ones in the other food forest. Must be a different purple variety. I planted a number of different purple peppers this year. Some black ones like the Zulu. Really cool stuff. And again, this is the kale that'll take us into the winter. Then over there where I just was, there's a peach tree, a Levo, doing excellent. Got some more apple trees over here. Got another strip of strawberries. As we just take a nice glance throughout the 1-year-old food forest, and you can see the 7-year-old one in the back. I'm just so thankful that the property has gone from mainly grass to food. This is edible. This is functional. This is sustainable. This is permaculture. This is food forestry. That's it, video growers. Thanks for watching. I want you all to know that you don't have to start a food forest, but I encourage you to start something that inspires you, that motivates you, that makes you want to get out there every day and be a part of it. I know it's kind of cliche, but I want to let you know that 7 years down the road, when your food forest is grown, that's not going to be the true value. The true value is going to come from the journey. The experiences, the lessons you learned, the observations you made, and the person you became in order to create that forest. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to check us out on Steam It. Talk to James Prigioni, and we'll be back at you real soon. Oh, yeah. What's going on, growers? It's James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. One of my main goals with this channel is to get as many of you growing as I possibly can. And one thing I value more than any other on this platform is to be able to connect with you. You guys ask questions. Today I'm answering. Let's go! In my opinion, it's never bad to start with the basics. You probably saw from the intro, I'm from New Jersey. But where at? I'm actually located right along the coast, about 15-20 minutes from the ocean, in a town or a county called Ocean County, right in central Jersey. And by your comments, I know that I've got some fellow Jersey growers also. And I love having that. Whether you're local or you're far off, I love that you're a part of Team Grow and that you're a part of this whole community within us here. I want you to know though, just because I live in New Jersey, it doesn't mean we might not have the same climate. One thing to note is when you're growing a garden is to find out what growing zone you're in. That's so important. Here in Jersey where I'm at, we're in zone 7A. A lot of your questions often have to do with property size. You want to know, how big is the whole entire property? Or how big is a new food forest? How big is a 7-year-old food forest? Get encouraged, because some of these answers, they'll actually shock you. Some of you have even asked, James, how many acres is a 7-year-old food forest? And that question is one of my favorites, because in my opinion, that means I'm doing a good job as a designer. This section here, this food forest, it's only 67 feet by 52 feet. I know it probably looks a lot bigger, especially from inside, but that's the idea behind it. I often say that you don't need a lot of space to grow a lot of food. And this is one of the testaments to it. This whole property size, I'm only on a 1/3 acre. That might be a lot of space to you, but in general, we all know it's not huge. The new food forest too. We're growing a lot of food in here. Annuals, setting up for perennials. This section, it's only 42 feet by 37 feet. If you're not familiar with my channel, or this form of gardening, one thing you might notice right off the bat is the ground is covered in wood chips. Look at this. Things don't seem too upset, do they? But when it comes to wood chips, I always get my channel and all my videos flooded with, are wood chips going to lock up nitrogen for my plants? Nope. And I'll tell you 2 ways, or show you why they're not going to. The first one is, as I'm walking through here, take a look at the foliage, the color of it. What do you think? Does it look nitrogen deficient? Also, I'm going to tell you that it's not gonna if you use the correct application. See, if I take these wood chips right here and I mix them into the soil, if I till them into the soil, I'll promise you that nitrogen will get locked up. The reason for that is because we're going to have some nitrogen mixed with this brown material in order for that decomposition to occur. But with the correct application, that just won't happen. Because when we layer the wood chips, it's not the mixing of the green and the brown that's going to decompose it, it's actually the fungus. That's the key. Laying it on top, you'll have the fungus come down, the teeth of the soil, they'll break everything down to perfect humus. That's what we want. The second way I'm going to show you that wood chips don't have nitrogen is by showing you this plant right here. Coming close a little bit, we'll see this pepper. It's growing in wood chips. I never used any fertilizer, any additives, and just look at that foliage color. Look at the fruit on it. This thing speaks for itself. As you can see, this thing is not lacking nitrogen or phosphorus or potassium. The wood chips are breaking down and feeding this. The microbiological life, the fungus, that's what's going to do the work. That's what's going to convert all these wood chips, all this organic matter into humus, into food for the plants. Seeing those peppers and how beautiful they are, you're probably wondering what variety they are and where I get my seeds and my trees and my bushes from. When it comes to my seeds, my favorite place personally to get it is Fedco Seeds. Good prices, good selection, and it's the same place actually Paul Gauci gets his. When it comes to bushes, blueberries, raspberries, things like that, I actually prefer Burnt Ridge. When it comes to fruit trees, as you know, I like disease-resistant, favorite varieties from good companies. My favorite company for ordering trees right now is Raintree Nursery. One thing I want to note though, Raintree actually is currently under new ownership. So whether or not it's going to be the same company in the future, that's something you got to look at for yourself. Throughout this growing season so far, there's been one cucumber that's just been an absolute stunner, outperforming every other one. I think you noticed it in the harvest video. I had some of you ask questions on what variety that was, and I'm going to share it with you. But if you're liking this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and ring the notification bell. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. And if you're enjoying those harvest videos that we're making, let me know, because I promise you, I can make another one tomorrow. We have enough to harvest. And I do love doing it. It's a lot of work to make them, but it's one of the things that makes me happier and just brings me more joy than anything else. Let me flip this camera and show you what variety we're growing. So this one here is actually called the Japanese long cucumber. And I mentioned that we get our seeds from Fedco, usually, but that's more the standard varieties. It's got the best prices and everything. But we also like to get our seeds from Baker Creek or